Thursday, 10:53 p.m. Just took a shower. Getting ready to go to bed. Don't have any clothes on. Took a walk. Got a little sweaty tonight. Watched the basketball game. Boston blew them out in Miami, so it's 1-1. Oklahoma State Cowboy Marcus Smart proved he didn't play in game one. They got beat pretty bad. He came back, played. They won pretty good. So Oklahoma State basketball players proving his worth. Defensive Player of the Year. Oklahoma State athletics. I was Oklahoma State for an engineering scholarship, not athletics. I was never any superstar athlete. When I put my mind to certain things, I was decent, but really not any moneymaker in athletics was not my idea. I was supposed to get rich with my genius IQ. Hedge fund paychecks been on my mind ever since I saw it on 60 Minutes, whatever, 30 years ago. Mike Milken's paycheck of $500 million financing hostile takeovers overtook my mind back in the 80s when I graduated from college. Video porn turned to shit. For me, it turned to shit. Mom and Dad turned to shit. They might have turned to shit in 1979. But I was going to school and I was oblivious to everything and just pretty much, whatever. Whatever it takes to graduate in 4 years from OSU in engineering, I did it. Whatever it takes to get into a top school and graduate from, I went to Purdue, a top school, I did it. That's a minimum wage of $5 billion a year right now based on that top hedge fund paycheck. All the bullshit I experienced in high school and English teacher and Woolworths, Safeway, all the gossip and bullshit. It's in me forever. I don't have to apologize. And I can't help it. It makes me what I am. Gossip of dad getting murdered and an identity thief and mom going to Washville. She was always kind of a self-admitted liar, an idiot, an actress, and just lunatic. Nothing. And he was always kind of a bumbling, I don't know, I guess he trusted people and he never had enough fucking, I don't know, he never, I don't know what his fucking deal was. He didn't fucking seem to have a brain in his head, common sense. Guess he believed people, told them gossip, and he would go along with it and believed it without questioning it. Guess they gossiped about me, things were lies, I don't know. I became overtaken with you're no different than everybody else, and I didn't get $1 billion a year when I was 16 in high school. So that was me. That's me right now, forever. And he never played that you're no different than everybody else. I think he used to say I'm not that kind of guy. He goes around and brags about my degrees, but I don't know. He lived in a different fairy tale land that doesn't exist, and I think he got killed in that fairy tale land when his law firm, you're no different than everybody else. He just lived in some world that doesn't exist. The law's law. I don't know. There's two different sides to him, two different people. Probably, maybe. I don't know. Jekyll and Hyde. Go along with whatever is positive in the law and look on the bright side no matter what, and other people look on the negative side no matter what. So, I mean, nothing matters. So what? Paycheck precedence, $5 billion a year. That's minimum wage for me. The other day I was getting car worked on, oil changed. Somebody was sitting there saying, I think it was one of the other customers sitting there. He says, I can K. K means kill. Well, anybody can kill. Anybody can do it. Can they get away with it? Can they legally get away with it? Can they get away with it on the streets and not get killed themselves? I don't know. How long can they get away with it? For how long? Anybody can kill somebody. It's big fucking, it's not that big. Not that hard to do. But how long can you get away with it until you're killed yourself for it? See his full head of hair? I have nothing to worry about, do I? I used to say bald people go bald because they have a lot to worry about. Well, a lot of bald people I've been around are kind of stupid, snot-nosed, punk-ass, fucking opinionated idiots. What else? What else do I fucking have to get off my mind here? I was at Walmart today. Some guy looked like he was probably in the military or something before, gray haired, said I can beat him. And I kind of like said, well, when you graduate from kindergarten, come talk about it. On Walmart. Get the board of I don't get paid to work here. Get the board of directors down here. Will sign a contract. Pay me $1 billion a week. I own Walmart from being an employee back when they opened the store in Shawnee. Back when I was living in a shitty little apartment, and I just wanted to get out of the apartment and do something. And I decided to try it and see, if you start working, they'll promote you. No, they didn't. They just fucking lied to me and disrespected me and harassed me in the private rooms and fucking. I didn't give a shit. I walked out. 5, 6, 10 years later, after I walk out, they give me a fractional share of Walmart to this day. I got a Walmart thing the other day for my taxes. Less than 1 share. I'll sign a contract to be an employee of Walmart. $1 billion a week. I own it. Just because you own a place doesn't mean you get a paycheck. That can apply to every company. I don't work for free whether I own a place or not. And $5 billion a year, I get $1 billion a week. What was that? Almost $5 billion. That's $4 or $5 billion a month. Yeah, that's more like it. So, and the guy started pouting and crying. Way. On my 169-pound poem and jokes I used to do back, when. People still talk about that marketing gimmick, advertising gimmick, 169. I probably weigh about 200 now. I don't know. Need to lose some weight. Probably be good to get back to 169, 160, 170. I guess I can do it if I really try and don't eat all the crap I eat. Exercise and sweat every day. Sitting on my butt driving Uber doesn't do a whole lot for my weight. Anyway, Merrill Lynch, hand me $1 trillion, pay me the $5 billion hedge fund paycheck, a back pay since kindergarten in '66, since your Kansas City representatives who interviewed me and threw me in jail said my degrees don't matter. So I may have talked to other people in there before, and somebody had an engineering degree from Georgia Tech or an electrical, and I don't know. I don't understand those people in those places. The board of directors has never contacted me. The chairman of the board never returned my calls. It started when I was in high school. And Dad used to talk like he had I don't know. They killed my dad. I think they killed my dad. I think somebody said they were going to kill my dad. He said, how would you like to have somebody call you on the phone and say they're going to come into your office and kill you? How would you like that? That's going to happen to you. It's happened to him. He did it. Police did it. They're all cops. They're just corrupt punk-ass cops doing this shit, and they know how to get away with it. They can cover each other's ass. When you're in a room full of enemies and nobody cares, and they just don't do anything about it, and they let it happen. It's probably what happened to my dad. They've been fucking me up pretty good. Nobody cares. I think it's funny. I think I'm grandiose and delusional. I have great powers. Other people at bars say he has a power degree. Power. I got a degree that makes minimum wage for me. $5 billion a year is what I got. That's what it makes. That's power. There's no such thing as power. You've got enemies and they after you, and you've got allies. And if you're out by yourself, it's only at the top, huh? All your enemies are after you, and you got nobody allies to help protect yourself. Smartest man in the room. You're in a room full of enemies. A legal jurisdiction full of enemies. No matter what. Hand me $1 trillion, Merrill Lynch. Smith Barney, Payne Weber, Sprint, Audon Reed, Berkshire Hathaway, Reese Nichols, Coldwell Banker Series. Real Estate Commission in Topeka, Security Commission in Topeka, to Purdue. Wilbur, all his bullshit. 2 or 3 Wilburs, how many of there were? I got nothing to hide. I'm not guilty. I'll let it all out there. I could care less. All I care about is number one. All the punks need to be brought to justice and face their due punishment that they know that they deserve from their disrespect and punk ass bullshit. And maybe some of the real people were murdered by these punks, and they took their identity, and nobody knows, nobody cares, and then they create zero credibility for the courthouses, Purdue, stockbroker offices. Maybe they used to be ethical and act right until these scum enemies get scum in there and infiltrate and kill the real people, and then they plant their look-alike decoy idiots who fucking piss everybody off, and then they get away with the more of their crap because they take control just by chaos and confusion, and nobody knows who's who. And they know that they're living on the edge every day, and they're bulletproof vests and guns, and they're ready to get killed. They know that everybody wants to kill them, but that they know most people are too civilized to do it or think about it. They don't know how to get away with it, but they know how to get away with it. That's what they do. Hand me a trillion, punks.